So how I managed to buy my dream house? With no mortgage and my dream Cybertruck.
The leaves of the trees kiss the ground, and the dream of the future descends quietly.
With no debt. Well, the question on everyone's mind is probably, where did this money come from? In this video, I'm going to break it down for you.
Of the future descends quietly. If you and I can go there, your smile will bloom.
First, let's talk about the house. Where does the house money come from? The funding for my house came from two major sources: my stock investments and income from my previous business. Let's talk about the stock part first, because I think a lot of people are more interested in this part. I'm talking about a single investment that ended up covering almost 60% of my home's cost. It was such an important stock for me that I even named my house after this one company's stock. If you've been following the markets, particularly the tech and AI sectors, you probably know the name already. That stock is NVIDIA. If you are watching stock market news recently, NVIDIA has always been making news. But my story with NVIDIA didn't start recently. I started investing in NVIDIA back in March 2021, but the real game changer was in 2022. That year, NVIDIA's stock took a massive hit. While many were selling off their shares in panic, I saw an opportunity. In 2022, and the stock market crashed. NVIDIA's stock price dropped significantly, and many investors were panicking, selling off their shares. But for me, this was an opportunity, a calculated risk. I doubled down and bought most of my NVIDIA shares during that time. It wasn't easy. The market was full of fear. I was also losing money on most of my investment, and every headline was screaming that tech stocks were doomed. Why did I take such a big risk when everyone else was pulling out? Because I believed in NVIDIA's AI potential. I wasn't just gambling, I did my homework. NVIDIA wasn't just a gaming company, it was positioning itself as a leader in AI hardware and software solutions. Their GPUs were, and still are, at the heart of AI development. To me, NVIDIA was more than a stock. It was a bet on the future of technology. So fast forward to today, NVIDIA's stock has skyrocketed. My early investments, especially those I made during the 2022 dip, have given me almost a 10x return on investment. That's more than enough money for me to buy a decent house. But I didn't want to sell all of them, as I still believe in NVIDIA in the long run, so I sold about 60% of my shares to cover a big portion of the house, and the rest? I paid in cash, thanks to savings from my old business. Now let me share a bit about my old business. It wasn't just the source of the extra cash I used to pay off the rest of the house. It's also where I got the initial funds to start investing in stocks like NVIDIA in the first place. As many of you might know, I'm Chinese, so I speak both English and Chinese fluently. This skill played a huge role in my career before I retired. I used to own a business consulting service that helped overseas Chinese companies enter and succeed in the US market. Now, what does that mean? Let me break it down for you. Essentially, I acted as a bridge for these companies, helping them overcome language barriers, cultural differences, and logistical challenges to sell their products in the States. My company offered a range of essential services, including US corporate consulting, customer support tailored for American clients, commercial address rentals, and more. Basically, I was a one-stop service agent for companies trying to expand their businesses abroad. This business wasn't just a source of steady income. It was where everything started. The profits I earned not only supported my life, but also gave me the capital I needed to start investing in stocks like NVIDIA. Without this business, I wouldn't have had the opportunity to make those bold moves in the stock market that changed my life. If you're curious about how I built this business from the ground up, how I started with 0 clients and scaled it into a profitable operation, or how I managed to balance saving, spending, and investing to achieve financial independence, then make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I'll be making another video soon where I'll share my full story, how I started the business, what strategies I used, and most importantly, how much of my income I reinvested every month to retire early and buy my dream house. Now let's talk about how I bought my dream car, the Cybertruck. Surprisingly, this wasn't as hard or as expensive as you might think. I actually traded in my old 2021 Model 3, which still held a decent trade-in value of about $20,000. With that trade-in credit, the total cost of my Cybertruck came down to around $70,000, and that's with taxes and Tesla's full self-driving package included. So, where did that $70,000 come from? Simple. I sold a few more stocks to cover it. This time I cashed out shares of companies like AMD and Uber, which I had invested in years ago while I was still running my business. These were also calculated investments, made during times when the market presented good opportunities, and they've paid off handsomely over the years. The best part is, I didn't just splurge impulsively on the Cybertruck. Every dollar I used for it came from investments I carefully made, reinvesting profits from my business. It's a reminder that when you invest wisely, you can enjoy the rewards without sacrificing your financial stability. If you're curious about how I pick stocks like AMD, Uber, and Nvidia, or if you want to know the exact strategy I use to build a portfolio, make sure to like this video and subscribe. I'll be breaking down my stock portfolio and my investment strategies in upcoming videos.